everybody, good morning and welcome to your Cougar News.
Yes. Hey, a little while ago we had summer vacation clothes. We wore them to school. It was a real fun spirit day. Here are the winners. Mrs. Farnsworth's class and Mrs. Peterson's class. Please send someone to the office to pick up the spirit banner. Woohoo!
Have you started your Feet to Faith project yet? Here are the 3 R names for this week.
We're ready. For Mrs. Metzger's class, Abby. Mrs. Farnsworth's class, Carson. Mrs. Jonkus, Kaylin. Mrs. Celine, Elizabeth. Maybe I should do that too. Okay. Mrs. McCrory, Samuel. Mrs. Tumlin, Evan. Mrs. Peterson, Gunnar. Miss Kipko, Calvin. Mrs. Peterson, Ben. Mrs. Myers, Isaiah. Mrs. Nichols, Nora. Mrs. Suarez, Anna. Mrs. Myers, Amelia. Miss Kipko, Ryder. Mrs. Pearson, Ezekiel. Mrs. Peterson, London. Mrs. Vilhauer, Cash. Mrs. Jonkus, Micaiah. Mrs. Farnsworth, Paige. Mrs. Metzger, Henry. Mrs. Celine, Sailor. Mrs. Vilhauer, Eli. Mrs. McCrory, Brooke. Mrs. Nichols, Julia. Mrs. Tumlin, Rogue. And Mrs. Suarez, Caleb. Hey, next week, this week, what am I talking about? Thursday night, the Seahawks are playing on Thursday Night Football. Let's wear our Seahawks clothes on Thursday.
Remember, everybody, have a good week and be a good friend.